All right. You are listening to an episode of Transparency and Merit. I'm Joe, and that's Brian. And we are talking, we're doing a little comparative analysis. Yeah, spray it clean. Yes, wipe it down, get rid of it. The coronavirus versus swine flu. What? What the heck? Are you trying to scare the people?
You know what? I wonder what is worse. And my thing is, why are we acting differently than the last pandemic? I believe it was in 2003, and I think it was a little bit more serious than the last pandemic, and I certainly could be wrong on that, but that's what I'm. I know that the swine flu, I guess it's called the H1N1, killed more people. All right, at least it did. Like the numbers were a little bit larger. I'm wondering if this is more contagious, and if it's a little bit more. I mean, what I understand is that it's a little more hidden,
Mm-hmm.
and that it's somewhat more contagious than the other one. I know the way we're responding to this is really hurting the stock market. It took a dump in the stock market.
One thing that I've heard over and over again, and it's been an age thing, honestly. It's been an age thing. The young people are bought in. They're wearing masks. They're scared. And the people that are our age or older have all told me the same thing. This is all BS. Boom.
Well, like I said, I don't know how much of it is nonsense or BS.
I don't either. I can't claim to know. I found it shocking every time. Invariably, the people I've spoken to are just saying it's BS. And I'm like, I'm proud of you. I want to give you a hug right now.
Yeah, I mean, and it could be BS. It could be, and there could be many reasons why it's BS.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I mean, and no one's given me like an indefinite, a good answer for me anyway, to why we're taking these extreme measures when we did not in 2003 during the swine flu pandemic.
And when we weren't taking those extra steps, those precautions, 10 years ago, 2009, we're talking about.
I think it was 2009 or 2003.
9.
Oh, really? It was 2009. And because okay.
But what you didn't see was people taking these extra precautions. We didn't see a massive spreading, and we certainly didn't see people dropping dead in front of us. In fact, I didn't know anybody who caught swine flu, just like I don't know anybody who's gotten this, the beer with a lime.
I don't know anyone who got swine flu either. I just know that it infected, from my understanding, it infected quite a few people. It infected one of my kind of favorite YouTubers, Yemeni, and he said it really hurt him. But he said he did compare it, the corona to the swine flu, and they're like the numbers seem not to match up. And I mean, I guess there's some similarity.
Sure, and the H1N1 pandemic.
Yeah, and also, by the way. I think it also people who said that this flu compared to the other one is more hidden, so you can think you're okay and still be infecting people. So the signs, once you become infectious, it's already too late. You've already infected.
Mm-hmm. Let's look at this guy. This is one of the agents back in 2009 talking about the H1N1, the swine flu. This guy's a kind of a joke to me.
I'm Dr. Inzun Wang with CDC's Influenza Division. At this time, an outbreak of human cases of H1N1 influenza is occurring in the United States. CDC understands that many people are concerned, and we're concerned as well. We'd like you to know that CDC and its local, state, and international partners are actively investigating and responding to this outbreak.
I was just like, this guy looks like a hologram. He doesn't look real.
Oh, look at that hairline, though. I mean, that the way he's managed his hair, it looks a little different. I mean, I don't have any hair, but yeah.
Yes. Maybe he had the swine flu and didn't know it.
Yeah, maybe he did, but yeah, that hairline is. And now I can't hear at all.
No, I just turned him
to coordinate the agency's response. On April 26th, Janet Napolitano, Secretary of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security.
Hey, Darren.
Health emergency in the United
APOC.
States. This allows funds to be.
Anyways, you got the point there. This guy's just.
I listened to that before.
He was encouraging people go get the antiviral medications and all that sort of thing.
In the antiviral medications are not available for this flu. There is no. I don't think there's the same type of thing of medications that were available for this flu than there are for the other. And someone said that we should both be punched in the face.
Oh, these are going to be the ugliest mugs you'll catch on YouTube tonight.
Yeah, that's true. I think you'd rather have maybe the swine flu or the corona. Now, the swine flu, I guess, is kind of like the corona. I mean, like, look, I'm based on this stuff. I'm just hearing things. I'm no medical student or medical. I don't have a medical degree. I'm just hearing what I'm hearing, and I'm trying to decipher what is what is hysteria and what is truth. I mean, is the government reacting correctly? And if if they are, of course, but if they're not. And this is really hurting the economy. And people who have their money invested into the stock market and who have, small businesses, restaurants and bars, this is really hurting them. And, we need to be able to decipher what information is good and what information is not. And today I just see so many, like, what seems to be activist journalists. And I don't know. It looks that way to me. I could be wrong, but everything that I'm seeing is either a criticism of our president or a defense of our president, and there's nothing in between, and nothing of hardened facts. Now, Drew Pinsky has, he's a while ago he came out saying, the media should just be quiet about this whole coronavirus. He said, these aren't medical doctors, and they're basically panicking the crowd, and why we're panicking. What are the reasons? Who are the demographics that are panicking the most? And who, what countries are handling this the best? If this is a pandemic, there are people out there that believe that it's fake. And that very well could be.
So many of my left-wing friends so happy in my Facebook, one of the comments. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's kind of, well, they think that a bad economy, is going to help, yeah.
This is nothing. We're not going to go back to work in a way that we did before. Things are changing. Deals are being made. And I have a feeling that this has been the big thing that so many people have been warning about. I don't think that the world is going to ever be quite the same as it was before we started this strange thing. And I think now we're, what are we, about a week and a half in, and the market's done nothing but tank. So there's kind of a death grip on the country's finances, and there seems to be a lot more talk in a lot of the businesses of where people that so I have a lot of friends, and my friends all have jobs, and all of those jobs are either going on some sort of temporary layoff or whatever, closure, and a lot of them are being offered more ability to work from home. And I just see the whole economy going through the shift that it's needed to go through, and it is global. It's not just here. Yeah, this is a worldwide phenomenon. I think I wish that the timeline that businesses needed to be closed was universal. That was my wish. I talked about this with Apocalypse last night. Of course, he told me the truth, and that's no country is going to agree to what other countries are going through necessarily. And so you're not to have that sort of universal closure isn't going to happen. But I think a universal closure could be something that would at least give the market some light at the end of the tunnel. Right now, it's just going to be a complete. We're kind of at the mercy of whatever direction the wind blows when it comes to the market until everyone kind of gets back on their feet in whatever form that is.
Well, we're definitely seeing this whole issue politicized.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And, it's like, and this is not a time.
I just got a tweet. Vincent the Bay said that his show, he just said that the Bay Area is officially on lockdown.
Yeah, that is true. I've heard that as well.
I didn't hear that until just now.
And our state has just a boatload of homeless there.
Talk about a pandemic. There you go.
Yeah. And if one of these gets, one of the homeless community gets sick and then they pass it to other people, they live in very close quarters.
I think you're onto something there. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened and hit the news.
Yeah.
Just saying. It's a possibility. By the way, we are taking calls. 310-668-1969. Oh, it's scrolling. I have it scrolling.
Yeah, so anyone who wants to call.
We know you don't have anything better to do. Sit down and join us.
Yeah. Call us up, why don't you? It's up to you if you want to, and if you don't, it's fine too.
I'd really like to get some callers though, because I know people have all kinds of thoughts. I know there's all kinds of points of views going on, especially on YouTube, and some people are buying everything they read on the news, see on the news, hook, line, and sinker, and then there's others who are questioning everything. But I'd like to see if we can get a caller. And just get into it. If somebody has a different, there we go. That worked. All right, 907. How's it going?
I just wanted to point out that Eminem looks like some kind of deranged fucking artist.
He does.
And he should turn his webcam off. I don't want to even fucking look at him. Goodbye.
I'm not doing it. Just because you said that, I'm not doing it.
You better stare at that mug.
There you go.
I hope the next caller isn't going to come after me.
Well,
I survived a call.
That's a drink to you. Sir.
Yeah, you said before the show you didn't want to see my ugly mug. You're the first one to get the phone call.
Yeah, well, I guess my face actually angered him.
It did. It did. We're not here to anger you. We're here to get opinions and views.
You know, as you get older, I mean, I thought you'd become more accepting as you grow older. And, you know, I'm not like Rico Suave, who would really piss people off. I always thought as an older, ugly man, basically I could anger people less, but evidently I've angered this man quite a bit.
Sorry if you're out there and you're angry because of our appearances. We'll,
Yeah.
We may have the corona. We don't know.
This is the face of corona. Or swine flu. One or the other. I don't know. All right.
You wanted to do a pre-recorded show. What did you want to do on the pre-recorded that we couldn't do here?
Well, I wanted to do, I just wanted to see if we, like any of the bugs, or sometimes, just I run out of, thoughts. And like I said, as I've gotten older, my mind tends to drift off to never.
You are not that old. Shut up.
Well, I feel that old.
Yeah, you better stop watching the news. Well,
man, I mean, like I've had a lot of bad habits in my day, and
you know what? You're only halfway there. You could pick up. This could be your opportunity to start all anew as well. This is I think this is going to be one of the greatest events of our day.
I say that every night before I go to bed, and when I get up, like mid in the morning, man, I'm going to start things new, and I start, fasting a little bit, eating less, and then all of a sudden, right now
is in the face of stress, and there's no doubt about it. Wherever you go, okay, and I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about out there. You leave the confines of your home, and everybody is talking about what's in the news, or they're wearing masks, or there's just something there to remind you that there's a problem, there's something going on, and so it breeds stress, and that's not the time to fall back on old habits. This is a time where you have to know that your health is the only thing that you can control right now.
Well, for me, my biggest problem is my finances, and
you can't control that fully, though.
Yeah, but that's for me more scary. Poverty for me is more scary than even death, because that is a painful. Poverty is particularly at my age is a painful, and particularly my age and my I guess my my health issues. What is this? Well, Grandpa, if our grandparents could leave and fight in Europe for 4 years, then we can stand up and be brave now and sit on our asses and watch TV for 6 weeks. That may be true.
Oh, we got me. Look at that. Somebody, you got a caller panning you. Look what I get.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Thanks, Mandy.
Well, that's nice that we have. And then we have Evan JP. How dare you break Dennis?
I'm sorry, Dennis, if you're out there, but you suck. You're a piece of crap. All right. This is Angry Brown. Mr. Midnight Movie. Okay, Brian needs a hat. That isn't so cool. That hat scares off the betas. You haven't seen mine. Look at this piece of crap.
We got to get better attire, I guess.
Yeah, better lighting, better attire, better backdrops. This stuff over here, that doesn't make me look smart. It's just like, by the way, if you look at that back there, I don't know if you can see it. Those are all a lot of those are old Ross videos, or videos that Ross made.
Yeah.
Still influenced by the old Boss Rock.
Who is Evan? Who is Evan J. Hill? Oh my heavens! This is
Evan's friend.
we're getting a lot of nothing nothing about the topic, but just people who know us personally. Some want to compliment, others want, and someone just called you Jew.
People want to be entertained. Who wants to get sucked into that crap?
You know what? And I'll tell you something. I was watching. And I just, occasionally just, I don't know why it reminds me a little bit of my past, but what's the guy's name? Bukowski?
Yeah.
I'll watch some of the videos that he's done, and particularly the one about I think it's the last hotel or bum motel around in Hollywood or somewhere. It just kind of reminds me of the past of California when I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. I think we've watched that before.
Yeah, and it's just I mean, and at that time it's kind of sad because poor people who were in the dregs could actually afford a place to live out here. I mean, for a couple of months before the landlord kicked them out, and those places seem to all be gone. Although they are telling landlords that you can't kick out people for not paying the rent. Here in many parts of LA, if you're unable to pay because you can't.
Alcohol. Yeah. I never write without others.
You drink club?
Too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
But what do you drink when you're writing? I mean, beer,
Just wine.
whiskey, wine.
Whiskey doesn't work because you get drunk too fast. On beer, wine, you can go on for hours. Whiskey, hour and 10 minutes to finish. The writing gets bad or over dramatic, gets shitty. So wine is best. Red wine.
But you're drinking when you're writing?
Yeah.
Or are you writing when you're drinking?
Well, I don't know. Well, should we go in there? Yeah.
No, that was the guy who, I remember my father worked in the entertainment industry, and there were always, and I don't know if there still are because I haven't been around that world in a while, but it seemed like there were far more interesting characters back then. And, I mean, a lot of the homeless, there were drug addicts, but, there were a few occasional, many of the homeless were just drunken winos. And it was kind of it was quite a bit more charming than the derelict drug addicts homeless that we have today. And this guy was, he was, a few steps above your homeless, your homeless drunken jackass.
Right.
And
he said pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, and it was like you just want to sometimes just listen to him with a big bowl of chili. And
don't eat chili, please.
You don't like chili?
No, I do, but I don't like when you eat chili.
No, you hate it when I eat chili. But and I also I've gotten into the soft underbelly of things. I sent you a few tweets, Joe, and one of them was of a drug addict, heroin abused prostitute of Atlanta, and
Well, they're horses. I said, horses? What's that? He says, you go to the track and they race against each other. I said, how stupid. I mean, they have horses and they run against each other. He says, yeah, you bet on them. I said, God, that's so ignorant. I'm there almost every day.
This was back in the mid-'50s. His idea was he was going to quit his job and follow the track wherever the horses were running, Del Mar, Hollywood Park, Santa Anita, and just be a full-time gambler. He went to the track initially in his life to try to make a killing so he could quit whatever he was doing and ride full-time, which of course never happened.
I was at the track one day and I was late for the first race, but I parked, hustled in. I could feel this beer shit really coming on. Luckily, there was a stall, and I got my pants and shorts down real fast, and then it came. Hot, glorious, and stinking. Real fast, and then it came. Hot.
Okay, so I'm looking for that video you sent, but I'm not finding it.
Yeah, it was. Let me see. I forget what I sent.
Was it a while ago on Twitter?
It might have been a while ago on Twitter, and if you look for, it was one of the videos that I sent to you.
Was it a Bukowski video?
No, it was
a flashback episode from KCET Vaults, featuring a live reading from the iconoclast poet Charles Bukowski. Next.
Oh no. All right. It wasn't a bouquet. What was the video? The soft underbelly? Oh, I got it.
Here we go.
I got it.
I just kind of, I kind of thought of you when just because, I don't know. You've kind of written about, I don't know if you've ever written about these characters, but these are the kind of characters. Yeah, these are the kind of characters that we've encountered, I think, on Discord, That looks like your high school sweetheart.
A sweet girl from a nice family in an ordinary neighborhood. Now Rhonda, at age 26, lives in a world of tricks, vice cops, and a heavy narcotics addiction. And she invites us into her life in this world. Rhonda is not just any streetwalker. She's a fascinating character, and almost everyone who comes into contact with her seems drawn to her, including the author. It was during a period when documentary writer and photographer George Mitchell was recovering from an emotional illness that...
By the way, we're up to 9 viewers. I want to say thank you if you're here checking it out. Let's look at this. Street prostitutes.
He met Rhonda in the same way that most men meet her, as a date. It was their only such encounter, but one that stuck in Mitchell's memory. Primarily because minutes after she'd received her money, this lovely young woman with a little girl innocence about her casually sat on the floor in front of him and shot drugs into her arm.
Ooh.
2 years later, in 1984, after meeting her again under different circumstances, he approached Rhonda with a rather extraordinary proposition. Would she be willing to allow him to document her life as she lived it for a year?
All right.
The story would be whatever happened.
Mm-hmm.
She courageously said yes. And for many months, with a tape recorder in his hand and a camera over his shoulder, Mitchell became immersed in Rhonda's life. Her willingness to bring him and future readers into her world and into her mind proved remarkable. This unique and unforgettable book gives us Rhonda's story, both in word...
I'm sorry. Did I misunderstand that? Did they just say that he would kind of encapsulate what she was doing, videotape it, document it, and in exchange feed her drugs?
Words and in Mitchell's many striking photographs. The story of a junkie hooker while she's on the streets. It is often disturbing, but also moving and touching, and sometimes even comical. For this book, Rhonda wrote, I lived the first part of my life 2 miles or less from Ponce de Leon and Peachtree, completely oblivious to the way of life of some of my neighbors, the street people, junkies, prostitutes, winos, etc. When I first meet them,
All right. Are you going to...
By the way, I want to mention, Peach Street is now, like, I guess could be considered like outside of, California in Atlanta is the biggest film studio, in the country outside of California. And I think it might even be larger, by the way, Peach Street.
Welcome to the show, Dennis Dyke. You bailed on me. We had plans.
We had plans to kind of live it, and it's this whole thing actually reminds me of it. This is kind of a male Dennis, although Dennis isn't a prostitute.
Mm-hmm.
He has had his share.
I wanted to help somehow, but before I knew it, I was one of them. By now, Rhonda has been one of them for as long as, possibly longer than, any other prostitute on the streets of Atlanta, and is known to be as addicted to opiates as a junkie can be.
Mm-hmm.
Rhonda is the most self-destructive person author George Mitchell has ever known, but she's also highly intelligent and charming. She's rebellious. She's a staunch defender of the underdog, and there's still a little girl innocence about her.
Okay.
In Volume 2, Rhonda's life continues to unfold day by day through interviews and dialogue, usually actual tape-recorded dialogue, and through Mitchell's many arresting and full-of-feeling photographs throughout the book. An important presence in the book is Rhonda's boyfriend, who is 8 years younger. Rhonda calls him my son, best friend, father, brother.
Excuse me? My son?
Lover, enemy, my everything. Rhonda's mother welcomes first Mitchell and later both Rhonda and Mitchell into her home for some very emotional conversations. Rhonda alternately charms and infuriates Mitchell.
Dennis, you flaked, man. You flaked out.
You're just like this prostitute chick.
You can call in if you want. 310. It's the number's scrolling right there on the board.
Dennis, call in. Call in.
Call in.
Despair and ultimately fear for her life. Mitchell's feelings for Rhonda.
If you're listening, you're in for a treat because we're going to get this guy in here. You flaked. Explain yourself.
During the course of working
Explain
on the book,
yourself.
From giddy infatuation to a complex and close friendship. He also comes to feel that he cannot be only documentarian in the face of Rhonda's self-destruction, but must attempt to influence his subject as well. In this captivating book, we enter through Mitchell's character
It's almost over.
a subculture, usually off limits
a couple
to
more
the rest
pages.
of us.
Maybe not
And
even
we
a
come
page.
to know one fascinating, engaging, and close to suicidal streetwalker, Rhonda, intimately.
There aren't too many of those around, by the way. You got some of you younger blokes are getting a little bit of a treat here.
That's
I
it.
think Joe and I were around when the when the last of the streetwalkers, took their last token. We're done.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. I'm predicting that there's going to be a resurgence.
You know what? If this turns into a depression, you might very well see that. I mean, man, it's not going to be good because I'm going to have to go into prostitution, and I'm too ugly. And
got this. I think we got a couple years of prostitution left in us.
I don't know. I don't know about me.
Past our prime. Let's see. How could you bail on JP? Yeah, I agree, Dennis. Why?
You heard people.
I don't see you calling in yet. Don't talk about it. You call in.
Yes.
I could jump into Discord. Come on, it's what else do you have going on tonight? For crying out loud.
Yeah. What else are you going to do with your life?
Right.
Oh.
We're hanging in there. We're getting some numbers. People are here listening. Dennis got a wreck. Dennis is going to wreck JP. No. Get out of here. Are you crazy? This guy's a nut. It's scrolling right there on the. It's right there.
Angry Brown. Let me just say this about Angry Brown. Dennis was ready to meet you in the city you were in, and you did not respond to him. That's shameful. Or maybe you did. I don't know. I don't know any. You know what? We've only met one person. We were supposed to meet Debbie after all these years.
Right.
And she just ran away.
Oh, you're behind me. I've met 3 at least, maybe more. 4.
Oh, I met two.
I met Apocalypse, Darren,
And Liz. That's
Liz.
about it.
And there's others.
Yeah. There has to be others that we've met personally, and it's like, yeah, you know. No, Nick. No.
Always fun. No. I'd call in, but I don't know. Okay. Why? You know, it's no biggie. We're just trying to get Dennis to call in. Dennis, stop being a woman. Not that women wouldn't call in. Women should call in too.
I wish Mandy would call in because I've never heard her. You know, I think I've heard her voice before. But some of these people are really shy, I guess.
Don't be shy, people. Same people.
Don't be shy.
And if you call in, if you call in, you're not going up on video. Don't be dumb. We're not putting your picture, your image up. Just your voice.
We want to, though.
Yeah, we want to. We want to.
But who cares? I mean, for a while we weren't doing it with our voice, but now it's like we're just doing it here. And
I'm way shy. All right. Well, then don't call in.
Don't call in.
Liz shows up. Where's Liz? Dennis, are you scared? What? I'm going to jump in Discord also. If you want to talk in there. I don't know how good it'll come through, but you could try it.
Let's hear it. So you are in Discord right now. What section are you on there? Wait, I got Kurt Green here too. He's calling me though.
Oh, nice.
Wait,
good. Bring him in. Answer it.
Wait, I'm answering it. Now, hello? Hold on a second.
That.
Yeah, I can't. You know what? Oh, I got to put on my doggone headphones for to hear. Oh, hold on a second. Now I got to put on my head. So you know what? Can you call? Hold on a second. Let me add you.
Don't put on. Yeah, don't put on the headphones. Who is it? Kurt.
I'm gonna add you to. Wait, did I? Okay, let me add to the call.
Hey.
Wait, guys. We can't make you out, and you can't be heard on the other places. Hello? Hey, Kurt. Hey, Dennis. Hold on. Not much. How come you're not calling Joe? JP. Yeah, let me add him into the thing here.
I can. It'll echo.
I know.
Yeah, you hang up.
Yeah. Hang up. And
all right.
Then,
I'm gonna.
Hold on,
yes.
Hold on.
Can everybody be heard?
Can you?
Why did he hang up?
All right.
Oh, come on.
You need to. Okay, there's a thing on there on your Skype that goes add to the call, and then you can do it that way. I think you can do it that way. If you go onto your Skype.
I just had it.
Yeah, well, just go on it again. You can just add the call. Learn to Skype.
Well, hang up. You're hanged up, right? You're not on.
I'm not on. Nope. So just
we'll
it's Dennis Dyke and
Dennis.
Curtis. Dennis, Curtis, all the rest. Yeah.
Dennis,
Kurt, and I put you in the call too. So yeah, and I just added you to the call, and then.
Hello.
Brian, can you hear? Brian?
Yes.
Dennis, why did you flake on us?
No, I didn't.
Why did you flake, though?
No, I did not.
I said, why did you, though?
No, because I couldn't have if I didn't.
Okay. Good reason.
Right.
Why weren't you there? You hurt our feelings.
Well, you know what? I was there for a time. I was time constrained. I was there for the Saturday morning.
right? And then it was acknowledged to me, or being a word to me, that your home was not available for a day or two, and I wasn't prepared to spend. I know you offered a 1 day's hotel room, right? And yet, their things were tentative and not yet set.
What?
So in order for me to do that, it would have cost me more money than I wanted to spend. All right. I know you say, oh, money means nothing. Money means nothing. All right. But you know what? By me not doing what I had planned to do, and you were one of many plans that I had, didn't work out. And then when you say you're going to come up on Sunday, no, was it?
Yes, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. You're going to come pick me up and go to LA. Well, yeah. I took off at. I left the house at freaking damn 8:30 in the morning, and I went straight to the airport. So that was not going to be a go either. I arrived in Toronto, and now I'm home.
This story stinks to high heaven.
Oh well, that's what happens, man. That's what happened. I wanted to get back. I've already got a illness. I'm blowing green chunks already before I even left Canada. Right.
You
So
think
I'm
you might
already
have
sick.
corona?
Pardon me?
You think you might have corona?
No, corona's different. This is a chest infection.
What do you mean?
Yeah. So
You know what? I'm glad I didn't hang out with you then, because you sound pretty sick. And
no,
you're blowing green chunks.
I was talking to Leanna. I had to cancel with Liz, cancel with Liana, cancel Deanna. Right? I wanted to do North End, freaking damn Cali. And then, yeah, everything went to fucking shit. Coronavirus shit. Everybody's freaking the fuck out. I said, I'm getting the fuck out of here, man. Fuck this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
I hope you don't have corona.
What?
Have you gotten the corona test?
No. They're supposed to be testing people in Toronto and Pearson as they come in. They already, the premier or prime minister already canceled. Any foreigners can't come in no more.
Dennis,
unless you're American.
When you came in, did you happen to tell them that you went through?
I hear the corona call.
He went through Michigan, Ohio, Colorado, Arizona, and then California.
Iowa.
Did you tell them that you went halfway across the country, supposedly, and then you started coughing up something wicked? Because it sounds to me like you might have, some form of. Maybe it's the swine flu.
You know what?
Wow.
I think he did you a favor.
Yeah. Thank you for not coming over. Holy crap.
I got a bug cough.
Yeah, save Dennis. Save Dennis.
6 feet. Keep about 3,000 feet distance.
I need to
Oh my God.
No, man. I crossed the border at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? You know, I was the border guy said, I had to walk into the fucking station, guys, where there's like 8 guys standing around. I said, hey, I got an RV in here. We want to get in here, right? And they come in, they don't come into the RV and check what we got. I said, all right, how many people? Here's your passport for goodbye. That's it, man. We fucking just travel. Fuck, I fucking bought dope in fucking California. Apparently, this kid's a lot to buy dope in California because of smoke it. I had a taxi cab driver to fucking drive me around the city. I want dope. I said, give me a beer. He's a fucking Mexican guy, whatever, right? With the heavy Spanish. And I said, all right, marijuana. He took me this, here, there. He's calling guys. Well, I got my dope. Oh, yeah, and I had to dump it out before I got on the plane. I never do that, right?
I'm so confused. Buying weed in California, it's legal. What do you mean it was it was against the law? What are you talking about?
Well, apparently, I was told it's against the law in Bakersfield to purchase marijuana. But But when I did see Stephanie, she took me to a dispensary, and it's all clinical.
Wait a second. Stephanie took you to a pot shop?
Yeah.
Who's Stephanie? Who these people are?
That's a friend of mine.
In California?
No, Arizona. Oh, I seen Tessa too. Tessa's Colorado. She does a radio podcast. She used to be with Dave Scott. No, Dave Scott. Yeah. Dave Cruz, Dave Scott. One of the two.
She's married, I guess, right? Yeah? Let's drink bleach. Forget it.
No, I took them out for dinner. They go to your favorite restaurant. So they took me to the favorite restaurant. I bought dinner.
What else did you do with Stephanie?
Went to South Mountain.
I thought you guys went to a basketball game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Went to the game too. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, Toronto was losing up into the third quarter. Then Toronto, of course, won.
Sounds like a story.
No, it's not a story. It's an experience.
Okay.
Showed me Capitol Hill, or the Capitol building for Phoenix, right?
Nice.
Yeah, man. She toured me, man. I go to cities. My friends tour me. My friends come here. I tour them. Right.
All right. And so when you got to Los Angeles, area, you decided not to hang out with me and Brian.
No, I never went. The only time I was in LA was going straight to the freaking damn airport. And I was out the fuck out of there, man. I hit the airport. We left at 8:30. I hit the airport at 10:30. Yeah.
Which airport? LAX?
LAX, yeah.
So you didn't
There weren't too many people there. It's pretty fucking barren. Fuck. I went through security in like no time, for like 6 minutes, man. Take your shoes off. Fuck. Shoes, belt. Fuck everything, man. Fuck. Go through the little chamber. Put your hands up.
Okay.
Put all your clothes back on.
It's kind of stupid.
Oh, yeah. They wanted to show, they wanted to check my pants. Oh, yeah. The one guy says, I go through the air chamber thing. And the guy says that there's some red dots, I see on the scan, whatever. He says, do you mind if I touch you? I said, do what you got to do, man. So he starts like, feeling me up or whatever. It's like, fuck, whatever, man. But it's good times. Go through Colorado. That was awesome drive, man. Iowa sucks.
It's pretty flat.
Yeah, flat. Fucking nothing there, man. Fucking garbage. Colorado was cool. I miss
So you're a flat earther. You're saying it was flat.
No. I went through Colorado. They have mountains. I was in Bakersfield. They have mountains.
Have you been tested for?
I was in an airplane. I was in an airplane. 1, 2. I did 2 flights this time, and yeah, I seen where the you can see the curvature of the Earth, right? So I know it's round.
Have you been tested for corona?
Nope.
You should. No, you should be tested.
Nope.
That's a joke.
Why not?
Yeah, you got to be tested.
So if you drop dead,
why?
Well, when you drop dead, we'd like to know why.
If I drop dead, maybe I'll take 10 to 12 people with me.
That's not a good thing. Dude. Good God. Come on now.
Oh, I could take 50, 100. I could take fucking 50, 100 people with me.
Dennis, you're probably the only guy that traveled halfway across the country right at the onset of the outbreak of the so-called coronavirus, and you're not going to get tested.
You need to be
quarantined.
listen.
Went into the States. I already told you.
You need to be quarantined and tested.
Hey, Brian.
Now.
Brian. And I really wanted to meet you, sir. I really wanted to meet you.
Oh yeah, you tried really hard. I could see that.
Yeah, I know.
I told you for a week straight to call him, and you didn't call him.
He never returned my calls. But wait, it goes like this: is I had a 10-day supply of antibiotics, right? That was supposed to clear up my my respiratory congestion, infection, right? And yeah, it didn't work. So yeah, I just got sicker and sicker. And I stayed at my sister's house after I got to my sister's house. 7 fucking cats. I'm allergic to fucking cats. Right? And I'm just getting sicker and sicker, man. Oh fuck. I go to the races. And I just fucking something hit me, man. Oh, then they're testing my fever at my I was holding a high fever. They said, "You're not gonna get on a plane." I said, "Fuck, man, get me the fuck out of here now." Fuck. I don't need these guys fucking throw me in fucking quarantine somewhere, some hotel. Fuck, when I landed Canada. Shit. You know, so I said, I'm out of here, man. Fuck this shit.
All right. And so what time did you fly out?
It was you want times and everything? I flew at
I want to know what time you left. I'm asking you when you left.
12. No, it was 10. No, it was 2:30. 2:30. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get home. I didn't walk through the door until like just before 12 here.
Joe, I think whether people, whether or not
no, my bullshit meter just exploded. I'm sorry.
I think Joe, I think he did us a favor because whatever he has, whether it's Corona or some kind of swine flu or Ebola or whatever, I don't think you want what he has right now.
Yeah, and all the strippers too. You saved a lot of strippers. Doctor strip.
When I was talking to Liana, right? I was talking to her right before I made my decision to leave. She said, "Oh yeah, Dennis, you sound like shit." I don't believe we're gonna go to wineries and stuff like that. I said, "Yeah, I'm cutting out, man." She said,
"All right,
all
we need is one picture of Bakersfield. Is that around? Does that exist?"
It does exist. And as a matter of fact, I never took one picture. My sister took pictures of I did mulch. I did like a yard and a half of black mulch for front yard. Like she's got pictures of that she sent my family.
All right.
Yeah, I don't take much pictures, man. Me and Steph got pictures together. Yeah.
Okay.
Tessa, she texts me the next day after. She says, "Oh, we never got any pictures together." That's all right. We hugged. That's worth more than a picture.
Yeah. For Dennis, a female's hug far more important than a picture.
Than a picture, fucking right, man.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Nick. Hey. How's it going, man? Yeah. How do you feel? Okay. I don't know. We're at about an hour, Brian. Where are you? What do you want to do?
You know what?
Having a lot of fun here. I'm not talking about, I'm good either way. Keep it going or end it.
We can. You know what? We could. Oh my God, Dennis.
Yeah, man. That's the wet chunks, right? Those are the wet chunks. They're looking for dry coughs, right? So
I'm wiping it off me right now.
Dry coughs, whatever it is, Dennis.
Oh yeah.
You sound horrific.
Yeah, no, it's not good, man. You don't want it. And it was really tricky. I took my lorazepam right on the airplane. I made sure I juiced myself up with a few beers, right? A couple of rums. Oh yeah, I was fucking out for the whole airplane ride, man.
So okay, in the United States, a total. Let me see. Confirmed cases of a total of confirmed cases of corona, 4,138, 71 deaths, 42 deaths in Washington, 6 deaths in California, 6 deaths in New York, 5 deaths in Florida, 2 in Louisiana, 2 in New Jersey.
Oh, it's spreading everywhere, right? It's good times.
Yeah. And then 17 have totally recovered. So I think the recovery is going to go up and the deaths are going to go down, but then we will still start to have a few more deaths from the 4,138. Hopefully we'll be able to, get a handle on this. And
they shut down. Basically, they shut down. No restaurants are open. No theaters are open. Of course, no sports. Right? Nothing. The only way you can get food is by Uber or if they deliver. No restaurants are open, man. It's fucked up. This is unprecedented in human history. Unprecedented. This goes beyond the Black Plague, the bubonic plague.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Because the bubonic plague was centralized in Europe, right? And it killed half, I think. Half? Yeah. And it was centralized, right? Yeah. This is okay. I'll stop it there.
Thank you.
All right, Joe, do we have anywhere else to go other than down from here? I mean, after we get a call from Dennis, who is one of our more entertaining callers, is there anywhere else to go?
And Nick.
Yeah, I'll go by now.
Nick, all right, Dennis, thanks for flaking on us.
Yeah, I did not.
You know what? I want to thank you for not showing up because let me tell you something. Joe's not really mad and I'm not really upset, but if I have what you had right now, I would be pissed. And I think Joe would be pissed too if he got a case of whatever you have.
Yeah.
Am I misspeaking, Joe? If Dennis came over and gave you this horrific swine flu that he had,
I wonder if Stephanie has started coughing.
Go ask her.
All right, man. I think we're done.
All right, man. Take these. All right. Thanks.
No, I'm not mad. What are you talking about, Mandy?
Thanks for taking my call. All right, ciao.
Mandy, call in, please. For God's sake.
Yes, call in, people.
That's our number. Mandy, call in. I don't want to do a show. I don't want to continue the show.
Oh, that's it?
We'll do a marathon show some other time. Yeah, let's call it over. Let's call it quitsy.
All right. You blew it, people. Next time, call in when we say
Mandy, call in next time, for God's sake.
No, we appreciate it. We had a lot of people here hanging out with us. If I do look mad, I'm not mad.
All right, I think that'll do it.
Great show. Come on. I'll post that though.
By the way, I want to mention that like and subscribe, and you know what? We're just a couple of average guys here, and who believe in the First Amendment and learn. And ask that question: What is the big difference between the swine flu and corona, and why are we acting so much more differently? If anyone has a comment on that, really appreciate that. I know we ventured into a lot of directions, but that's a question I have.
I think we stayed on topic for enough time tonight, and I think we're okay. I think we moved around. I think people just want to get away from news as best they can, and so that's a good thing. I'm glad.
I think there are people who are really interested and who are really searching it out, though. And
well, we're going to have comments. We're going to have comments from people who are going to be on one side of the fence, and I think we'll have comments from people on the other.
And hopefully we won't have people that are too offended because we used quite a bit of profanity, and then we did venture into a lot of other directions.
hey man, people are blowing off steam. I don't know how many of the 10 people watching us right now are going to work tomorrow. I'm not.
I'm going to work.
Not by choice. No, I mean, I'm not going to work, but it's not my choice. I just can't go to work tomorrow. So, I don't know if you're going to be going to work. Do you have any worries about being around groups or other people?
No, I'm more worried about the stock market than catching this thing. I'm more worried about money.
Yeah. I've
always been more worried about an economic collapse than an ecological or biological. I've always been more worried about an economic catastrophe than I have an ecological or biological catastrophe. I could be wrong and could be completely ignorant on that, but I'm always more afraid of that than I am of anything else.
I'd like to give us some better backdrops, some like green screens, and have something good behind us. Yeah, what? What do you want? Ah! Hey! Hey! Hey!
All right, let's call this one night. Hey guys, like and subscribe, and tell us if there are things you didn't like about it. Tell us how you can do better, and call our show if you think you got any advice. Yeah, all right.
We'll be around. Transparency and Merit. Like, subscribe, or just subscribe if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Thank you, people.
Put a thumbs down and tell us why you don't like it. Leave a comment.
We'll talk to you all later.